Hey guys, it's Cthulthu here. So here you can see that I'm at Black Dragon. So I thought before the Queen Black Dragon comes out, I'd do a King Black Dragon task. So obviously I got a Black Dragon task, and I felt like coming here. I don't come here anymore though, because the reason I used to come here is for effigies, and now that they've nerfed the rate of effigies pretty much, you know, all over, and also the fact that I don't actually need effigies in the first place anyway, means that there's just less point coming here. But otherwise, I mean, this was what, level 200, 300, so yeah, I assumed that they had quite a high rate of effigy drops, even though the kills are far slower than killing normal black dragons. I guess if you were to do it intensively, one or the other, you'd probably get more effigies from black dragons. But seeing as I only kill black dragons for the Slayer task, when you think of it that way, then I've got a much higher chance of getting, you know, a fair few effigies from King Black Dragon. But anyway, I don't think I got anything from this task. I think I might have got actually one effigy, but that was it. And also the other reason that I won't go to King Black Dragon anymore is because Visage. I mean, Visage is just worthless now. I mean, a year ago when I was slaying for 99 agility, I was getting like 20 mil for a Visage if I got one, and I did get one, but it was from Iron Dragons, not King Black Dragon. But yeah, they're worth 5 mil now, so not really worth it anymore. So that's really the reason I probably won't come here that often anymore, King Black Dragon. I just don't see the point. I guess the point of going now would be only if you really wanted effigy still, I guess, but also if you wanted summoning charms, because you get quite a decent amount of charms here, don't you, for crimson charms pretty much per drop. So that's a nice reason to come here. Anyway, also just to talk about lots of other things that I haven't talked about in my last couple of vlogs that I've actually done though. Firstly, Runespan. So I finished doing Runespan. I got about 10 million experience. I never left the place until I'd actually got rank 1 and everything else I wanted to get. I think I got something like 238k tokens, something like that, for everything that I wanted. And yeah, that included not only rank 1, but also getting full wicked robes. And I've also still got 2k points left that I wanted to spend on recolouring the robes, but for some reason I never got around to doing that. But yeah, so I'm done with the whole Runespan thing. It was 10 million rune crafting experience, and yeah, so I got a lot of experience on that, and that was pretty decent. Also then, so after I finished doing that, I mean, I had a ton of tokens and spins, that thing to do, and I got so many lamps from them. Basically, I saved like the 3 that I got that day as normal, but then I also had 11 spins in my inventory, so I used all those up, and I had something like, altogether I remember having at least 16 spins altogether to use, and that must have led to like 4 spins getting double tokens, so I had another 8 on top of that, and then I think 2 of those 8 spins also got me another double token. So I think all in all I used like 40 tokens right at the end once I decided to finish rune spanning. So that was crazy. 40 not altogether, but 40 altogether for the last little bit. But for the entire 2 weeks I spent there, I must have got, you know, around 50, maybe even 60. For the first few days you were getting spin tickets, you know, quite often, but I think they nerfed the rate at which you get them for Runespan, because it was probably a bit too ridiculous. And then the other thing I've done is this new quest. I can't remember what it's called. I think it's called Song of the Depth, actually. I don't know why, it just came to me, but I think that's what it was called. And yeah, I don't know what I thought about it, actually. I'm trying to think what I thought about it. It was okay, I guess. I didn't like the whole seed thing, because that confused me. I couldn't understand what seed to put in what pot and why. So, well, there was only one point where I thought, oh yeah, this one is obvious, but otherwise it wasn't too obvious. I didn't know how to work it out, so I had to use a guide for that. But otherwise, it was an okay quest, and I had my music on. I had I had all the music on, so I could hear the voice acting and everything, and that's nice. I like that. I really, really do like that, because I hate reading stuff, and most quests, if you asked me what it was about, a quest that I've done, I wouldn't be able to tell you, but at least this one I can vaguely tell you what it's about. Also, I like hearing Raptor's voice, because you assume all these things about these people that you see in RuneScape. What I assumed of the Raptor was that he was just a nice guy, that he was a hero, because he's supposed to be one of the heroes. So yeah, I just assumed he was a nice guy, and now you can tell from this quest that he's definitely evil. He's a bit twisted, not a bit twisted, he's very twisted. and he's just generally not to be trusted. Even though he may be doing good, he's probably not doing it in the best way possible. He's going about it in an odd way. So yeah, I liked hearing the Raptor's voice because you can tell what kind of hero he is now, and that's something I'll definitely enjoy with more voice acted quests. And then what else is there? I think that's pretty much it. So yeah, did a King Black Dragon task. Also went Dagonoth Kings. That's another thing. We got so many drops at Dagonoth Kings. We got something like 8 or 9 drops. It's pretty crazy. We started with their CS coin share. Got 3 drops coin shared, and then we decided, this isn't worth it. Let's loot share. Unfortunately, as usual, I got nothing. I mean, my best drops were like 50 water talismans, and skeletal bottoms, and I think that's pretty much it. There were quite a few dragon stones as well, but that's something else that I didn't get. What I was doing though throughout the trip was collecting the hides and the bones, and I think I got roughly 100 Dagonoth bones and 170 hides, or 180 hides. I think it was 180. So yeah, even though I wasn't making any money in terms of the real drops, I was still making money in terms of the minor drops. So that was pretty decent as well. Definitely, I think I made about 1.5 mil. No, actually more than that. It was 1.4 mil from the bones and the hides alone, and then the coin share drops. We got a berserker, we got an archer, and I can't remember what the third one was. If there was a third coin share drop before we went loot share, but regardless, it must have been actually closer to 2 mil. No, actually not even that much. So I'd say 1.8 mil. So it was an okay trip, and that was one of my Slayer tasks. So that was 2 birds with 1 stone, and now I probably still have to finish off that Dagonoth task. But after that, then I will get a new Slayer task, and then I'll finally be able to restart. And also, one more thing. I was at Runescape for 2 weeks, so the week that the bonfires came out, didn't get a chance to try that out straight away, but I finally got round to it, and yeah, I like it. It's pretty slow, and because the sound effect for dropping the log is just so minor, you don't really notice it, and that's problematic for me, because what I usually do is I'm not watching the Runescape screen, so when I stop hearing noises, I realise that I've got to go back onto Runescape and continue what I'm doing. But yeah, with the fire making noise being so slight, it's hard to, not hard, but it's hard to, well, no, it is hard. It's hard to pick up on when the fire making ends. So yeah, it's not going very fast. Not only does it seem slow, but also I'm not active enough on the Runescape screen to be fire making as quick as I could be. And also I'm using Maple, so not the best experience in the world, but I don't understand why you would spend over 1k on magic logs or over 500 GP on new logs. I don't know if they're still around those prices. Use might have dropped below 500 now. But regardless, I don't see why you would pay those kind of prices when Maples are around 36, 37 GP each. And a pretty decent experience themselves. I mean, I think in total I've got 2 million fire making experience so far. It's a nice AFK thing to do. So yeah, so many new AFK things for me to do. But I don't think fire making ranks quite highly, because I guess you have to be, it's not as AFKable as fishing, woodcutting, runespan and armoured zombies. So it's probably on the bottom of the list. But whenever I can't find myself, whenever I don't want to, prepare for armoured zombies or go all the way to ancient rock caverns, etc., then fire making will be a good option, because I can just sit at the bank and do that, and that'll be very nice. And also, there's always a fire at the Grand Exchange, especially the southwest spot. There's always a fire going on there. So I guess I would do fire making if I was too lazy to even prepare to do something else. I think that is it now. So yeah, that's pretty much covered everything. Bonfires. I killed KBD. I killed the Dagonoth Kings. Did the quest, finished Runespan, got rank 1, etc. Disappointed with the symbol of rank 1. It's hardly noticeable. So yeah, I am disappointed. I was saying that the only reason I was really thinking of getting it is because I was hoping it would look cosmetically good, but it's hardly noticeable. It's just a waste of time. And if anything, buying the Wicked Robes wasn't a good idea either, because now that's taking 4 slots in my bank. I haven't checked to see if there are any space in the household to put it in a costume wardrobe or whatever they're called. But yeah, I'll have to look that up. And also, so this weekend is the whole monkey thing. Find 10 monkeys, you get a cape. The cape is 3D and it looks okay, but I don't think I'll bother to get it. I don't really know if I want to. I mean, if it had an emote, I might have thought about it a little bit more, but seeing as it's just a cape and I can't see myself using that cape, the only thing that concerns me is that it might be a one-off thing and I might never get to see the cape again. But even then, I highly doubt it. I highly doubt that they'll keep those items as rare items. I'm sure they'll give us another opportunity to get them if I really want them. But yeah, I don't think I'm too bothered about it, so I'll probably leave it. The experience lamps, on the other hand, or the whole J-mod thing, don't know about that. I want to find out what experience rates they are, and I might consider getting them. But yeah, we'll see. I'll have to do my research. Anyway, guys, this has gone way long enough. Thanks for listening, and until next time, see you around.